Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Baby, are y'all watching Divorced Sistas? Let me tell you something. William, I feel like William is about to enter his villain era. That nice, sweet, loving, my wife, my baby, William that we met in the beginning of the season. He gone. He is long gone. And it's getting worse every time he look at Geneva. Because, ma'am, you are playing in this man's face. And the fall started it all. When they say what's done in the dark will come to light, you don't know what that light is. But it's coming. And when that little baby, well, she know little baby's like 5, 6. When she fell and hurt herself and y'all had to rush her to the hospital, and here come the doctor saying she need blood, and the doctor is pleading, trying to give Geneva signals. Hey, I need Geneva to do it. Geneva, can you come to the back? William's talking about, oh, I can do it. And she was like, no, I think I really need Geneva. Geneva, as she always do, catching the attitude. I mean, why can't he just do it? And William want to know what's the problem. So the doctor like, all right, since you want to listen, Anika is AB. So I need somebody that's AB. And Geneva just looking like, okay, and I'm like, oh, girl. And William, he's like, wait a minute, I'm O. And she's still going, okay, and girl, he is O. Yes, he can give her blood because O is universal, but he can't have a baby that's AB because he's type O. Then you won't get your tail back there and ask the doctor to lie for you. You want the doctor to risk her license because you don't want to tell the truth. Sitting over there talking about, it's going to hurt him so much. That's the same thing you said to Rashida. But it's just going to break his heart. Girl, it's going to do more than break his heart. It's going to break your heart too. Because if you keep on playing, William seemed like he will take that baby from you and everything else that you have, ma'am. Like, I don't know why you're playing games. I think people underestimate how psychologically brutal that type of thing is. Imagine building your whole life around being a father. Because your wife really wanted a baby. Y'all really wanted a baby. You done built your life around being a loving father. You love the kid. You protecting the kid, sacrificing for him. And then one day you find out the baby ain't yours. Like, your brain doesn't even know what to process first. You shocked. You real shocked. And then a lot of people describe it felt like the wind got knocked out of me. Because suddenly your memories, before you found out that that's not your baby, everything started to feel different. Like, you constantly replaying things in your mind. You replaying the birthdays, the arguments, the conversations, like little moments that y'all would have as a family, wondering if any of that was real. Like, come on, from shock, you feel betrayed, not just by the cheating, but the deception. Now, in this situation, Geneva, she probably really thought that was William's baby. But you're being deceptive now because you won't tell him the truth. He trusted you. He trusted you with his heart, y'all future, his identity as a parent. So when that type of trust gets shattered, it can create the angriest person you've ever seen. They become paranoid, depressed, they anxious, they are traumatized. And the weird part is the child is innocent in all of it. So the person can end up feeling two painful emotions at the exact same time. I love my baby. What's the baby name? Anika. I love Anika. But at the same time, I'm devastated by what this means, that I'm not Anika's biological father. That emotional conflict can tear a person apart internally because they feel guilty because I don't even know why I'm struggling with this. That's my baby. That has always been my baby. But at the same time, that's not my baby. A lot of men in that situation also question themselves, like, was I stupid? Like, how did I miss this? When did she have time to do this? That can seriously damage a person's self-esteem. It make them emotionally guarded for years. And let's not talk about future relationships, because it's going to affect that too if the person don't know how to go through what they went through and heal from it. Some people become hyper vigilant. They struggle to trust a new partner. They overanalyze everything. Because they are fearing being betrayed again. Sometimes they will get into a relationship, they like the person, but emotionally they will detach themselves because they're trying to protect themselves. Even when the person is a good partner, part of them still expect the person to be dishonest because that past relationship that effed up their nervous system. Their nervous system has learned how to love and be deceived at the same time. But everybody don't respond the same way. Some guys will eventually they be like, whatever, that always been my baby, that's gonna forever be my baby. But others, they can't continue because for some of them, they too mad. And then for others, the pain is tied to the lie. And the biggest thing is that that kind of discovery can completely shake somebody's sense of reality. It's grief mixed with betrayal. That is trauma. They not only mourning the relationship, they mourning the version of their life that they thought was true. It's similar to when a woman is in a relationship with a man and she find out he done had a baby on her. And I saw people talking about that on TikTok, and listen to some of these comments. The person said, I'm still healing. I lost my baby and she had hers. Somebody said, it changed my life forever. I'm not even the same woman I was once before. I had to let it go. I don't wish that on nobody. That pain is different. Someone said, I cried for 3 whole months like I was the baby. My baby daddy had a girl pregnant the same time I was pregnant, and I found out when I was 7 months pregnant. It took me 3 whole years to recover. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It just happened to me. I was with him for 8 years. When I say my mind and outlook on the relationship has changed, I don't even want one. Currently going through this right now. Yep, happened to me. And the girl was my friend. I just want to hug everybody in the comments. The ultimate betrayal. That's what ended my marriage. That was the worst pain ever. That pain changed me. It changed my appearance. It changed my heart. It changed my mind. I'm still feeling that pain after 7 years. Someone said, I'm literally a product of this. Me and my older sister are 6 months apart, and I can't imagine how my mom felt. Me and my sister are best friends, but I couldn't even begin to think how they felt. This person said, our kids 5 weeks apart. I found out when I was 7 months and she was 6 months. He was at her baby shower. Someone said, at that time we had been together for 9 years and already had 2 kids. I was pregnant with our last when I found out he had another baby on the way. It took a very long time to heal from that. My youngest is now 6, and no, I did not stay. This person said, my ex-husband had a baby on me while we were still married. I wished them well, and they ended up naming the baby after me. Now, why would they do that? Why? Oh, that's weird. Why would you name the baby after your ex-wife? This person said, yeah, this happened and I stayed. I'm ashamed, but I left eventually. Someone said, I went through that when I was about 20. A guy who I was really serious about had a baby on me. I had to find out from my next door neighbor who told me he was at the hospital helping her give birth while I was waiting on him, thinking he was coming home from performing. He was busy at the hospital. It hurt so bad. I cried. I ended the relationship right away, but now I'm married, been married for 10 years with my own child. So it may hurt in the moment, but eventually it works itself out for you in the end. This person experienced it at 19. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I still have trauma and I'm 24. That's just a very painful thing to have to go through. So if Geneva don't stop playing, I don't know what she gonna turn William into. And Rashida told her, tonight if you don't tell him, I'm gonna tell him. Because he need to know. And on top of that, I wonder how Tiffany gonna feel. How she gonna feel knowing that Geneva, Rashida, and Javon all knew the situation, but nobody considered her enough as a friend, as a woman, to say, hey, look, Geneva and old boy, they used to have a thing. I don't think you need to be talking to him. Rashida, she got more energy, more anger towards Javon than she has towards Geneva. Tiffany is your friend. Well, at least I thought she was your friend. That's who you need to be telling her what's up, so she won't be getting herself involved with him like that. And then they went round for round the other day, and she said, well, I'll take a morning after. I never saw her take that. So just imagine the attitude that Geneva got with Tiffany right now because she forming a relationship with Javon. I can just imagine what type of attitude she gonna have if she find out that Tiffany is pregnant. And I want to know what William gonna do, because when Jeff asked him, well, do you think you have an idea of who it may be? The one person that she was around the most was you. And Jeff was like, Mike, stop playing. You know it ain't me. He was like, yeah, I know. I'm just trying to run things through my head. He was like, well, the next person will be Javon, but I don't think Javon would do anything like that. He was married. He's happy with his wife. And I don't think Geneva would do nothing like that either. Man, what is you talking about? She cheated on you. She has a baby that's not yours. So the fact that you just passed on by Javon, you need to back up. You need to moonwalk yourself right on back to that thought and read the room. Everybody telling Tiffany to read the room. You need to read the room too. Look how your wife get an attitude when Javon come around. Look how she be stuttering when Javon come around. Look at the attitude that she have now that Javon and Tiffany together. You need to be paying attention while she over there doing all that blinking. I'm so sick of her with that blinking every time she's talking about something. I am not cheat. Girl, blink again. One more blink. Girl. Ooh. But if y'all watching Divorce Sistas, get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think gonna happen when William really find out who she cheated with. And do y'all think Geneva gonna be honest, or she gonna keep lying? Alright, get down in the comments, let me know, and I'll talk to y'all later.